Hey guys, it's Harley here at Big Deeds. Okay, so yes, today is day 3, and I got another day in, so that was epic. And I just got it in when I was at the gym earlier today after lifting some weights. And I want to know also about how your challenges are going because I don't know if you remember, but on day 1, I asked for you guys to come up with a challenge, and I need some comments about some people who are going for challenge to show that you can go at these things every day. You might hear this guy. Oh, that's my dog. He's growling. He's doing a little whine thing. If I can catch him, I'll have to show you guys the famous Butler. Yeah, he's a cool guy. What I was gonna say is that I actually my mom sent me this really cool YouTube video. It was about this book called Minihabits, and it was by this author named Stephen Guise. And Stephen Guise has a great message. So it's about like starting little tiny little habits that can really build into bigger habits, but you got to start with them real small. So like the guy who was saying he was struggling to get into a 30-minute workout routine, and he was struggling for a decade to do that. And all of a sudden one day he says, well, what if I just set the minimum requirement as one push-up? What if I just do one push-up? And he started that, and eventually he just started getting going. Every single day he was doing one push-up, but then he felt he had more energy, so he started doing more. So not only can, if you start with these mini habits, not only can you develop a routine over time, but you can actually build them into bigger habits. And guess who I got here? This is Butler. He is a good boy. He is awesome. So I don't think he has any good habits, really, but he does get out and run and chase the birds and the squirrels. He's the man. He is the breed he's a Shih Tzu. He's half Shih Tzu, half Poodle, and that's probably why he's so smart. Say hi, Butler. Hi. He's the man. We really love him. So the best thing is like he gets really big and shaggy, and then we shave him down real so he looks like maybe like I don't know, a completely different animal. Okay, he's had enough with this. But anyways, going back to the book about mini habits. So oh man, he's trying to get food. Mini habits. The key is like you just start with a small routine. So they go and start talking about all these awesome things. They would teach people who had these like deathly fears of tarantulas. And first they get them to start talking about tarantulas and see how that makes them feel. And when they realized that that wasn't bad and they got into that habit, then they started with something else. They started standing 10 meters away from, I think it was 10 meters or 10 feet away from a glass cage that had the tarantula in it. And then they had them approach the cage, and they had them touch the cage, or the glass tank. Then they had them reach in there and touch it with a paintbrush. Then they had them actually pet tarantulas. Eventually they had them running on their hands, but these were not done all at once. It was just little by little, one piece at a time. So first they got into the habit of talking about the tarantulas, and then they got into the habit of being like, a certain distance away from the tarantula's cage. So they just kept exposing themselves to that, and they got into a habit, and they started building on that. And they also talk about this other guy who did the same thing with taking a cold shower, just practicing turning the water on cold at the end of the shower, or writing just a word of journaling. And eventually, for the shower guy, he got into a routine of taking a longer cold shower. And the other guy, I think he did like 50 seconds. And that was his daily habit. And he started to feel weird if he didn't do it like that. And the other guy, who was just writing one word in his journal, eventually he worked himself up to being able to write a lot more. But he just first got into the habit of writing one word. Okay, so this video is a great one. Not the one I'm recording right now, but the one that I'm talking about that my mom sent me. So it was about, it was from this YouTube channel called The Core Message. It was great. has great graphics and everything. I recommend you guys go check him out because I'm sure he's got a lot of other great stuff. So I was just touching on a few different things. As I was saying, he was talking about, like, for example, if he didn't turn on the cold water at the end of the shower, he would have this weird feeling like, why didn't I turn on that cold water? Like, this is weird. So, one other thing I had to add from the last video I did yesterday from day 2. I said something about Michael Jordan. I'm going to keep fact checking myself. I'm not perfect, so I'm not the kind of person who's going to be like, I'm always right. No, I do have say things wrong, but I notice some, and I go back and correct myself and say, hey, I screwed up. I said something wrong. So Michael Jordan, I looked it up. So I should know about Michael Jordan because my dad's huge into Michael Jordan. Like, it's a big family thing. The number 23 is like huge. So my dad he's from Chicago, so he like loves the Bulls. All right. So Michael Jordan, when he was in high school as a sophomore, he didn't make the varsity team. He was sent to the JV team. That is a misnomer. People thought he was actually cut. He wasn't actually cut. Anyways, I'm going to keep it short because for easy viewing, so you guys can tag along. I need people to write in and tell me about their challenges. Anyways, guys, go out there and spread the good vibes. Like and subscribe. All right, peace.